I think it's like March 23rd or something like that. And the air, it's actually very, very moist. It's been raining, but it feels so good. Beautiful spring. It just feels like spring has come. As I came down those stairs, feels like spring's here. My mind is so much on my road trip coming up in a little bit more than a month. But I have to remember to experience what's here. Can't forget this part. Oh, oh, oh. Recording and walking through a brushy forest floor where you don't know what's underfoot is a challenge. On my last video, I had asked for questions. See if you guys wanted to know anything about me or my van build or my life in my van. And so I'm going to answer some of those questions. And thank you for that. There were some really, really good ones. Stephen Warren had asked me the most challenging part of my van build. And by the way, if you guys haven't subscribed for Stephen's channel, it's Stephen Warren, and Stephen is spelled with a PH. Yeah, go and check out his channel. Oh, hi Stephen. Okay, the most challenging part of my build, I would have to say my propane setup was the most challenging, and it's pretty much ongoing as well, because it has to be taken care of. It needs to be paid attention to all the time. So anybody who's building a van out, I wouldn't discourage using propane. Just do it right. Do it really, really right so that it's all safe. And the other thing Stephen asked me, yeah, I'm going to do Stephen both questions. He had asked me about unexpected experiences. My most unexpected experience. I have to boil that down to one. Okay. So, my question for Stephen, and it probably doesn't matter from your perspective. Hi, Penny. Hey, girl. I'm at my daughter's house. Penny, come here. Come here. Come closer. Can you be... There you are. Show yourself. Look at you. There's Penny. Hello. Yeah. Anyway, if you go way back from a couple of years ago, I do have a video with Penny and all the cats and horses and whatnot when I was house sitting for my daughter. You might want to check that one out way back when. What was I talking about? I keep getting distracted. Unexpected experience. I was just 7 weeks into my van life. I'd moved in on May 1st. And 7 weeks later, on my 63rd birthday, I had a workplace accident. I tripped over a hose and face planted on the road, on the pavement. Got a nice concussion and broken nose, and so, I mean, you can imagine. So those next year, of course, was all about recovery from that. And I still get concussion issues, and it'll be 3 years in June, on my birthday, June 26th, which is coming up. And I still feel it in different situations. So that's just the fact of life. We'll see if that changes. So as a result of that unexpected experience, I got into my second year of van life, and at some point I was starting to think, oh, now this is what this is about. Now I'm starting to figure out, well, this is what van life is. So I got that much improved from all the symptoms. So in some ways I felt like I missed out on my first year of van life, the excitement of van life. I was still living in my van, of course, but with appointments and doctors and weird, awful head things going on. And anyway, I won't go on and on about that. So that was one unexpected experience on the negative side. And here's the other unexpected experience I do want to talk about. In some ways, it's negative, but it's also a fact of van life. I'm driving an old 27-year-old vehicle, and I happened to attend a van life gathering there of other van lifers, and that was fun. And this was in February, I believe it was. I was outside, so the van was getting cold. It was winter time, so I drove to my parking spot for the night, and I was sitting on my toilet in the back of the van. Then I was letting my van run to heat up, use the heat of the van to heat things up in there because it had gotten chilly. And all of a sudden my van was like, or something, and I looked up and all my dash lights, everything was on bright red. So I quickly got up and turned everything off. And this was like 9 o'clock at night or something. So I thought, okay, there's nothing I can do about it right now. So we'll try to get some sleep. Didn't get a lot of sleep, but got some. And I phoned BCAA the next morning. And they came within half an hour. They were there. And quickly he diagnosed that my fuel pump was gone because it wouldn't even start. So he hauled it up onto the deck, because that's on the deck of the tow trailer. And we learned that, I think it was my stovepipe, I was within, I don't know, an inch or two of overheight. He wouldn't have been able to take me if I had been any higher. Or he did say he would have figured out a way. I don't know, we would have had to do something with the stovepipe or something. Anyway, this was just pre-COVID, like the month before COVID. So I did ride with him back to Duncan from Victoria. And later that afternoon, my new fuel pump was in and I drove my van off. So that was an unexpected experience. By the way, Stephen, I still have your scarf in my van. So we do have to meet up. Maybe you don't miss it so much anymore because the weather has warmed up. But I do still have it. We'll get it back to you before I leave, which is about May 2nd, maybe. Something like that. Okay, so there are more questions, and you will see me and hear me answering them somewhere further into this video. I'm puffing again. Climb those stairs. Oh man, growing old, sedentary life, not good. There's someone coming down the road here on their horse. I have a friend visiting me. He's a puppy. You're a puppy. You're a puppy. Ugh, now my hands are all goopy. Ah, now I can see you better. Whoa, he just went in my van. Hey, puppy. Hey, come back here. You got dirty feet. Hey, hey, hey. Psst, psst. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on out. Come on out. Come on. Come out. Come out. doesn't want to come leave my van. Don't you dare pee in there. Come out. Come on. Jump out. Good dog. Good doggy. Nope. No more in. No more in. Oh God, he's so wet in his mouth. And you're so chewy. You're just a puppy, I know, but you stay out. Good dog. All right, I got some other ones here. I'm out in the forest again, a different forest. That's my son's cabin that you see back there. Okay, well this is another Stephen one. Donna's Northern Lights asks, will Stephen be traveling with me on my trip? And no, unfortunately he won't. That would be so fun, wouldn't it, Stephen? I know you'd like that, but no, that's not going to happen. Okay, that's not it. Okay, Alberta Schoolie Adventures did ask about my stones, about the amber I have stuck on my dash. And I have it on there with Velcro. And that amber has, you know, personal value to me. It belonged to my aunt. And she's been gone for like 40 years or more. But I'm pretty sure that the amber is from the 40s. But I don't think it's real. I don't think the amber is... I haven't looked at myself. I've been walking through the bush with twigs and everything going through my hair. Anyway, back to the amber. I'm pretty sure it's not real. I've never had it assessed. But back in those days, they sure made it look real. I really love it. Okay. All right. I'm just seeing here about the challenging part of my build. I don't think I mentioned the electrical. The electrical was quite challenging, but I have to say, I didn't do it myself. What on earth? Sorry about that. I didn't do it myself. I had lots and lots of help. My son actually installed it. We Go Solar sold me most of the parts, but it took a lot of effort and a lot of thought. And even now it's under my bed, so any kind of, like the batteries are under the bed in the back, so any kind of battery work I've had to do, and it's quite a challenge for the person trying to get in there. Fortunately, my bed has slats, and we can peek down between the slats to get at things. Okay. Actually, West Coast Lori, I'm not sure if she asked this as a question or she was just inquiring about my trip. I will answer it here anyways. And have I experienced Watertown Park in southern Alberta? No, I haven't. Now it is on my list to go to. Okay. Country Owl RV. Oh yes. She asked me, what is my three-eyed green creature on my dash? My daughter-in-law, Kayla's partner, makes these creatures, and as well as a lot of other things. And she is so creative. They're so adorable. She makes, I'm not sure if she makes these particular kinds. She probably does, but she makes other kinds as well. Brenda, my sister Brenda, asks me to explain my fridge cooler situation. Because I guess in my last video I mentioned about my cooler not being my fridge anymore. Anyway, last fall I did put in a 12-volt fridge. Tried it out as a freezer, because it has a fridge or a freezer. It's not both. But at the time it was just taking way too much power. Actually, what I was trying to do is freeze bottles of water to put into my cooler to keep the cooler cool. But I found that it's not as easy to freeze water. It takes a lot of energy to freeze water. So I turned my fridge, so I abandoned that. So I turned my freezer into a fridge, and it's been a fridge since then, and I quite like it. So my cooler is basically storage now, mainly food. I mean, it is food. There is food in there. It's just not cooled in any way. It is airtight because the lid is airtight. So I have to get in there now and again and air it out and wipe it out if anything gets spilled or anything like that. But it's really, really good. I like it. So I have dual things going on for food storage. But I have lots of other food storage, as you have probably seen in my other videos. And I think I had one more question. Oh, from Priscilla Haskin, my Alberta destination. My intention is to travel southern BC over into southern Alberta and tootle around there quite a lot because I've never been to the way south before. I have a niece and her husband in Calgary, so I have all intentions to spend quite a bit of time with them. And I have a niece in Vermilion. Daughter's childhood friend is just outside of Calgary. Several nephews in Edmonton. I'll see if anything happens with that. Going further north, I have my dear childhood friend in Valley View. And continuing north, Grand Prairie, I have lots of family. And continuing north, even further than that, I have lots and lots of family. I intend to spend a lot of time in the Manning, Alberta area, because that's where I grew up. And there are several farms there I can hang out in. And yeah, I think it's going to be good. It will be good. I'll just keep filling up that gas tank. So that, right at the moment, those are my questions. If you guys enjoyed this, you can ask more questions. If something else comes to mind, please ask. If you want to know anything about me, about my van build, about living in my van, about my 3rd anniversary coming up of living in the van. Yeah, so do that, and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.